So we were like, hey, let's act like Kevin is a calf and you can rope him. And so Kevin's like running around like a like an animal, and then of course the guy ropes him. The guy ropes him, and then Lee runs over and like hog ties him.
Recorded live from Studio 12A in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. You're listening to the Josh and Friends Podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the Josh and Friends Podcast. I am your host. My name is Josh. And this week, the show welcomes Andy Matlock back to the program. And we'll be discussing a number of different topics, including the 100 Men vs. 1 Gorilla debate. Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out soon, but are we excited? Singer Meghan Trainor shows off her new bod to all of her fans. Ex-Van Halen frontman David Lee Roth returns to the stage after a 5-year hiatus. And we give our review of the new Busch Light Apple beer, otherwise known as Bapple. So stay tuned for all these stories and more. And help me welcome back to the show. He is my brother, the one and only, Mr. Andy Matlock. Woo! Andy Jim.
Let's do it.
Welcome back, buddy.
Let's go.
Welcome. Oh, you look at you. You shot out of a cannon over here.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, you're like Eric Tapia.
Yeah.
You're like Eric Tapia. Just getting going here.
Yeah. Eric said I don't drink during podcasts.
Oh.
So I'm going to drink more.
Wow. Okay. Well, you're not drinking a weird Eric drink. You're drinking a standard Andy drink.
That's true. True. I'm not drinking weird. Yeah.
So, well, I did want to show, now that you cracked a beer, I did want to start the show with something that we've both been looking forward to.
Ooh, beer?
And that is beer. So hold on.
Wait, what? Oh, you have one already? What? How did you?
The new
Whoa.
Busch Light Apple beers.
Where'd you get
the Bapple?
What, did freaking Eric bring one to you or something? Or would you drive over there to go?
So we are going to drink some of these together.
Hell yeah.
So let's crack this open.
Whoa.
See what all the rage is all about here, man.
This better be good.
Yeah. Man, it's been going crazy. It tastes like apple cider. It doesn't even taste like beer.
Okay.
Right? Do you like it better than the peach?
I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do.
The taste goes away like pretty fast, right? It's like, it doesn't have really a huge aftertaste.
It almost tastes like green apple.
It does taste like green apple. Yeah. So for people that are wondering what the hell we're talking about, this new Busch Light Apple beer has been the new craze.
Meet our newest product. Busch Light Apple.
Our Busch Light Apple launch mirrored a big tech product launch from a live-streamed event to Busch Guy as our keynote speaker in a turtleneck in signature Busch flannel.
Today, we will be doing the first ever Busch Light Apple product review.
Our fans finally had an Apple product they could obsess over their way.
I do have one complaint, is that it doesn't have the facial recognition software, so I'm going to be looking for that software update.
Apparently it first came out in 2020.
Yeah.
In July or something? When did it come out?
Yeah, what a great time to release a product.
Yeah, but it was during COVID when everything was like locked down and everything. But anyway, so yeah, they've been calling this Bapple.
Yeah.
People are buying this by the case, cases and cases, filling up their cars.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I was calling around trying to find it yesterday. I drove to a couple of beer stores.
It's wild. So, you know who loves this? You know who loves this beer? The people that are selling it. Because Andy, a case of 30, which it only comes in apparently.
Yeah, I know. Weird, huh?
$45. $45. So why don't you slow down on that beer? No, just joking.
Oh my God. What do you mean $45?
$45 will
Where?
make you holla.
Where?
Yeah, well, it was at some little, I had to go to one of those little,
Oh, come on.
those little
and they were charging
marts.
45
Yeah,
No
yeah.
way.
So Andy, I walk in there. It's funny because I walk in there and I it's like it's one of these places you had to you had to do, there's a Busch Light locator, and you have to like do a drop down, and it shows you like, what kind of beer are you looking for? And you're like, I'm looking for Bapple. And they're like, okay, well, here are the 2 stores in your area that sell it. So I'm like, all right. So I go into this place, and it's like one of these, have you seen that place have you seen that place on Bell where you could drive through? They have a drive-through. It's a drive-through liquor store.
Oh, that's
right?
amazing.
So check this out. You could drive through. I didn't drive through. I went in, and I was like, whoa, this is like a big place in here. I didn't realize that. I thought it was like a little tiny, like just.
Where was it at? Close here?
It's on Bell. Yeah, it's like right down the street.
Oh.
Right. It's like right past the McDonald's. Anyway.
Oh, right here? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I walk in there, and right where it normally would be, right next to the Busch Light or you know, Bud Lights and whatever, there's nothing there. And I was like, oh, damn it. All right, well, they're out. I go up to the guy and I go, hey, do you have that new Busch Light Apple?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I think we do. And I go, what? And then he goes, and then he has to ask his buddy. He goes, hey, he's looking for, it's like kind of one of those things.
He's looking for the stuff.
He's looking for the stuff, man. And I'm like, oh, this is weird. And he goes, and then Andy, the guy goes, you looking for a Bapple? And I go, yeah. And he goes, Andy, he goes,
back room.
How much you looking for? And I go, I don't know. How much, what do they come in? Like, and he goes, only in 30 packs. And I go,
well, then I want a 30 pack.
I'll take a 30 pack, I guess. And so he comes out and he had to go into the super secret room, like not even a room that you could normally walk in. You like how they have the walk-ins.
The back room to go get it.
They had to go into their back room. And I'm like, what is going on here? So he had to go into this back room, probably had to like lock, like he was out there for like, you know, a few minutes. It was not like
he went back to his truck. And and pulled it up.
So he comes back and the guy's like, he goes, here you go. And I go, and I'm like, maybe I should ask for the price, but either way, I was going to buy it. Either way. So he goes, $40. And I go, $40. So like, it was like $5 with the tax. And I was like, oh my 45. God. So it came to like $45 even.
So it was like 30. Wait, so it was
$45 even.
For the past 3 weeks, I've been looking everywhere for this. I have called every place in a 2-hour radius looking for Busch Apple. I finally got 4 cases today. I've never tried it before. Oh my God. 4 cases is not enough. It's like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 beer, guys. I love it.
Hi everyone, we will be trying Busch Light Apple for the first time. Live reaction. Okay. Cheers. Cheers. 10 out of 10. It is amazing. And I don't like beer, so. It's so good.
I'm not a big beer guy. Let's see if I like this. It's that damn good. It's like this was made by Johnny Appleseed himself. If Stone Cold was drinking this drink, even he would take his time. He wouldn't go like this and guzzle it. He would not let a drop touch the floor.
It might be the most least offensive beer.
Yeah.
No wonder all the 21-year-old girls like filling up their apartments with this shit. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, that's crazy. They better never get rid of this. They're like, for a limited time only. And I'm like, you really want to make this a limited time offer?
I know, right?
This isn't the McRib we're talking about.
That's what gets people to go buy shit, though. Like the limited release.
Apple! We're going for the apple! Make sure you strap him in. You don't want him to fall down. Ain't that pretty?
So they were having this discussion at work about things that you were like have a bucket list. Do you have any bucket lists like that you? I mean, there's places that you always talk about like wanting to go and stuff like that, but it's not like I have to do this.
Yeah, I would never make like a list before I die.
Right. This one guy, because everybody was going around the room asking everybody's bucket list, and I was like, I guess I want to go to London and see the Beatle tour and see Abbey Road Studios and stuff like that.
Sure.
That was what I came up with. This guy came up with, this is pretty cool. He said, my wife and I have a tradition. Every time we go into a new city, we figure out what is the oldest bar in town. And I go, that's pretty cool.
That is kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. Because like, I don't think I've been to the oldest bar in Seattle because I looked it up.
What is it?
Have you ever been to Jules May's Saloon in Georgetown?
What?
Maybe I'm not even saying it right.
I mean, maybe.
Yule's Maze?
I have been to. I did go like kind of bar hopping down in Georgetown one night.
Yeah, and there's not too many bars down there, right?
Yeah,
like,
so maybe.
I don't know.
But yeah, Georgetown,
Well, they said that bar that opened up in 1888.
Wow.
1888. Now, the oldest bar. There's always like another bar in town that's like, well, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
We're the oldest bar in town.
Yeah.
And
we're the oldest pizza place around. Yeah.
And it's funny because I've seen stories that say Merchants Cafe and Saloon in Pioneer Square dates back to 1890.
Really?
So they're like, we're the oldest bar. And I'm like, okay, it's like a couple years, like who's and
I mean,
and then they have like the oldest continuous bars, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like, well, you guys burned down and rebuilt, and you guys were out of commission for like 5 years.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah. So the J&M is like
yeah. Now the oldest bar in Washington is in Roslyn.
Yes,
Roslyn. Have you ever been to that
Brick?
one? Yes.
Yes.
You been to the Brick Saloon?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Definitely been to the Brick.
We're at the Brick Saloon in Roslyn, Washington. It's the oldest bar east of the Mississippi. It was built in 1889. Fun place to come hang out. People just looking for a good time.
We've been coming here for over 25 years. There is no other place. If you're looking for something better than this, good luck to that. There you go.
It's just a great place. Big family community here.
This is the old movie theater part of the saloon. So we got the stage. This is where bands will play.
And now the only time I feel good is with you.
We have the spittoon races. That's always a good time. Little boats. Yeah, you get to come and make your own little boats and then race them down the spittoon.
At night, when you're alone, though, going downstairs in the basement can be pretty scary. Heard lots of stories, about it being haunted.
So what we got here?
We found this tombstone down here, and there's no death date, so maybe still around. We also used to have the entrance to an old coal mining tunnel down here. These are the old doors for it. These are the old jail cells from the movie Runner Stumbles.
The prosecutor can build his whole case on this. All he needed was a motive, and now you're going to hand it to him on a silver platter.
These are movie props, but I did hear once upon a time they were actually jail cells down here.
Don't leave me here, though.
Okay, we're leaving. Bye.
Hey, Alex, seriously, don't leave me here, though.
It's like an old brick building. And
wow, that's cool.
It's like, you can tell it's old.
That's cool. You know where the other oldest bar is in Washington?
Buddies? No.
The Frontier Tavern in Ellensburg, Washington.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, we used to go in there for
That makes
cheap
sense.
beers. Yeah,
Some of these old towns,
Yep.
like
1873 for that one. The Brick was 1889.
damn.
So that's
like
pretty
when,
wild.
it's like when Auburn was born, I think.
Which is funny because they have the Georgetown one at 1888, and then they have 1889. So who's a liar? Who's a liar and a fat
Interesting.
mouth? Yeah.
Interesting.
Now Arizona. I'd like to do some of this exploring in Arizona.
Like it's in Deadwood.
Yeah, everything involves
that's another town, isn't it? Like
yeah. So what do they have? They have Arizona has the Palace Restaurant and Saloon in Prescott.
The oldest bar in the state of Arizona, right here, folks. This is it. This bar right here, this is the bar from 1871. And this backdrop is from 1901. And these latches, those are original. Look at turn of the century right there. This survived the fire. All right, so we're being told there's bullet holes here. Whoa. This was a dance floor, folks. And this is what it looks like right here at the bar.
That opened up in 1877. 1877. Because like when you think of the Old West, you're like, okay, well, it is older, right?
I mean,
doesn't make sense that it would be older, but I don't know. Anyway. And then St. Elmo Bar in Bisbee.
St. Elmo's
Fire. But anyway, that guy was like, he goes, yeah, my wife and I, we went to a bar in San Francisco. And it's so old that during the big giant earthquake in like the early 1900s or 1907 or something like that. And he goes, they still have a giant crack in the wall and you can look outside. He said his wife was so scared to go in the bar that she stayed outside. And I was like, what?
That's awesome.
Look, if it's lasted that long.
Yeah,
you
right.
know. So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, so, and someone else said that they wanted to see all the baseball stadiums in, in the country. I mean, that's a tall task, right? Like,
yeah, it's an expensive task.
Yeah, and then that's kind of like never ending though, right? Like, because then they're always building a new one.
You're like,
oh, great.
Oh, they knocked down a stadium.
I just
Great.
completed this task, and now there's a new stadium. That's great. Yeah. So anyway, so that'd be kind of cool to see the baseball stadiums. Actually, the baseball stadiums would be maybe more cool than the football stadiums because there's more history, maybe.
Yeah.
Even though,
I mean, yeah,
they're kind of going away.
Yeah,
but
yeah, exactly. But yeah, same. Unless you're going to Soldier Field,
yeah.
or
Right.
Yeah.
Lambeau.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Moving on from, I guess, baseball to golf.
Right.
I think I already asked you this before, but are you excited to see the new Happy Gilmore movie?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have high hopes for it, but yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Mr. Gilmore? Holy sh!
Let them see the happy I fell in love with.
So it's coming out on Netflix on July 25th. That's like right around the corner here.
Coming up.
Yeah, that's right around the corner. There's no way this is going to be good, right?
No.
You know, the last time we said that though, the last time I said that about a movie I was with Lee and Ethan and we were talking about Top Gun.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's no way it's going to be good.
I mean,
and that movie was amazing.
Top Gun is it's like a drama though, you know,
yeah,
with whatever, but I feel like you could remake that and do it in a different way and it would be okay. But like a comedy, it's so hard to do a comedy,
especially an Adam Sandler comedy, right?
And years apart from the original.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It came out nearly 30 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, the last Adam Sandler movie that I liked wasn't an Adam Sandler movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was was that Diamond or that was awesome. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
it's up on the screen right now. You can see it. You can see the name of it.
Exactly. So yeah, the first strike of that movie is that it came out
Righteous Gems or
there you go. Something like that.
Yeah.
Came out like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
The second strike, in my opinion, which you already kind of mentioned, is Adam Sandler's peak for being funny. Like, I mean, genuinely funny. Like, not like, it's kind of entertaining, I guess. But listen to this. I think his peak was like 93 to 98, maybe going into 99 a little bit. But like, so he was on SNL from like 1990 to 1995, but I don't think he was getting like as many skits until like a little bit later, right? And then the comedy album, They're All Gonna Laugh at You.
Oh yeah, those were great.
Yep. And then Billy Madison, 95. What the Hell Happened to Me, which is the other comedy album. Which funny is like that album, What the Hell Happened to Me, came out in 96. Like a week later, I don't even know if it was a week, Happy Gilmore came out.
Really?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
And then Wedding Singer came out in 98. Waterboy came out in 98. Big Daddy 99. So they're starting to get a little kind of like less kind of.
Big Daddy I thought was a good full movie. It was like a real movie and it was funny but
we're drifting away from like it's kind of like a family comedy.
Definitely.
So and then he started making the movies like Little Nicky.
Yeah.
Mr. Deeds.
I'm out. I mean,
you don't mess with the Zohan.
Like Mr. Deeds, I thought
Jack and Jill.
Some parts are fun. You know, it's a lot of these. It's like some parts are funny, but the whole movie isn't.
It became so. He was like kind of like drunken, like college humor, kind of like raunchy, kind of like that kind of. I mean, I guess you can't be like that forever, right?
Yeah, I mean, and then once you establish your own company, making movies, then
just put all your friends in it. Yeah,
then you make Big Daddy or these certain movies that get huge, and you're like, well, I mean, this is the direction we're going.
His movies have made like $1 billion or something crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it is any good. I hope it is. I mean, you get to see.
I'm rooting for it.
You get to see the reunion of him and Shooter. Everyone loves Shooter. I remember during COVID, like what's his name? Shooter McGavin was like he was on what's that app that you can like do the messages to people. What is that called? You know what I'm talking
Cameo?
about? Cameo, yeah. And he's like, hey, this is Shooter. And he would be like, Shooter. And he'd be like, I was like, this is awesome.
That's so rad.
Yeah. So yeah, well, there's that coming out. We'll see if that is any good. The thing that reminds me most about Happy Gilmore these days is right before COVID when we went to the Phoenix Open dressed as Happy Gilmore.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah,
but it's also
awesome.
kind of depressing because it reminds me of the last fun time we had out before
Yeah,
COVID.
that was literally it. Huh?
Yeah, it was really like the couple, like a week or something like
right
later.
Before the Super Bowl.
What's going on?
Yeah. Why are they building that big giant hospital in China?
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, another thing about Happy Gilmore that just happened in the news is the alligator died.
Oh, yeah.
Not the fake one that he was wrestling in the water, which was kind of funny, too, because it's clearly a fake alligator. It's so ridiculous.
What? That was really it.
But the alligator's name was Morris, and he was over 80 years old.
That's crazy.
80 years old.
I mean, it makes sense that they lived that long, but I didn't know they lived that long.
You know, he was nearly 11 feet long, and he weighed over 640 pounds.
Damn.
I like how they're like, okay, get on the scale.
Yeah, right.
But his career, check this out, Andy. His career started way back in 1975.
Oh, yeah?
It started before I was born.
What other movies was he in?
So Morris,
What's this IMDb?
Morris the alligator appeared in several films, such as Interview with a Vampire.
Okay.
Dr. Dolittle 2.
Okay.
Not 1, but 2.
So he's like talking?
Yeah, I don't know. And Rich's favorite movie, The Blues Brothers 2000.
What? There's an alligator?
I don't know. I'm like, maybe I'll have to do a montage.
Is he an alligator or a crocodile?
It says he's an alligator.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So which ones are the mean ones again? The aggressive ones? I
don't know. I think both of them are.
Well, they say one of them's way nicer.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a kind of a type of.
I know one's got a round nose and one's got a pointy one.
Mhm.
That's it. And I don't know which one's which.
Yeah. Your guess is as good as mine.
You guys are all learning something today.
So he retired in 2006. I like how he's like, guys, I'm calling it quits. I'm taking my early retirement. And then he moved. I like that they said this. He retired in 2006 and moved to Colorado. Like he moved. He's like packing his bags and he's like,
I'm on Medicare now.
Yeah. So he went to the Colorado Gator farm.
So he went retired on a farm?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
He's living the life, man. He was living the life for good 20 years, right?
Jealous of an alligator.
Right. So the owners, they announced that he will be preserving his body through taxidermy and to honor his legacy, to educate the visitors and to scare the children for years to come. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Andy, speaking of animals, rest in peace, Morris. Rest in peace. Speaking of animals.
That was his name, Morris?
Morris the alligator.
Morris.
So I know you're a big fan of the next topic, Andy.
Ooh.
And that is 100 men versus one gorilla.
One gorilla versus 100 men. Hunter.
I love this.
Nice
part.
graphic.
I love
what
this.
What a well-behaved gorilla, too. Oh, all right, we got video. Let's go. I haven't seen this.
Just a fun, different amount of simulations. And yeah, so it was a topic that blew up this week on X or Twitter, if you're still living with that terminology, about a week ago. Of could 100 men take on one gorilla? A lot of people have said this is going to be a silverback gorilla and just 100 random men. And
those some buff dudes right
yeah,
there.
Look, I think I'm on the personal side, Michael, that 100 men would take down a gorilla. Because a gorilla is obviously stronger and they are faster, but they don't have the endurance and the coordination that 100 men would have to. I think 60% of the men are going to die.
Dude,
don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But I think that in a fight with 100 men in a controlled atmosphere, like put them all in a cage and you basically say, only either the gorilla's getting out to kill the 100 men or the 100 men kill the gorilla. I'm going with the men.
Everyone keeps saying the gorillas would win, but actually the men would win.
One gorilla stands no chance against 100 fully grown men.
100 men would take a gorilla down easily. I can't believe people are even debating it.
It's not that simple. 100 humans is a lot of people. But people are underestimating how big and strong a gorilla is.
Its bite force is 1,300 pounds.
Yeah.
Which means, and for you to wrap your head around that, that means it could take a bite out of a bowling ball. They're all going down.
Yeah.
Every single one, all 100 are going down.
Could 100 men beat one gorilla?
Yeah.
God, there are some really funny animations of this.
Yes, I think that's the funniest part is all the animations, and then just
it is an interesting question.
All the people devising plans and like coming up with like 100 like of the strongest men on the planet to like.
It became ridiculous, but it is a good question. It's like an interesting question, but
yeah,
gorillas are ridiculously strong, and if they got pissed, they could do some serious damage.
Yeah. There's videos, showing gorillas just their crazy strength, but there's also videos of gorillas like going, sand in my eye, or being weird, So I don't know. Guess we're gonna have to put it to the test.
Could 100 Mike Tysons beat one gorilla? That was one of the questions.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the one video, the comedy video that one guy did, and the gorilla is just pummeling the shit out of real humans.
Just slamming
his
people
buddies.
around. Yeah, you're like,
they're like, all right, guys, let's go. And
he's like, all right, it's my turn. It just gets slammed in the ground. Like that's
so great.
Probably what would happen.
Totally. It's so awesome.
You'd have to devise a big plan, and but because if there's no weapons, I don't know.
Yeah, no. What was you were doing some? You were finding all these ridiculous videos.
Yeah,
they were so stupid.
They were like 1,000 Jason Voorhees versus 1,000 Michael Myers versus 1,000 Freddy Kruegers versus 1,000 something else.
Yeah, I'm like, stop sending these. These are stupid. You're just laughing. I could just see you laughing.
Yeah, they just kept making more and more ridiculous videos of people.
All these people that are actually tech savvy, are creating all this shit, or doing AI,
making a computer simulation of.
So
good shit.
Now, speaking of things that cannot be stopped, kind of like that fucking gorilla.
Look at you, with the segue.
that humanoid robot that fucking went crazy in China.
Oh yeah.
That's creepy, dude. That's creepy.
I don't know if it went crazy. I think it just malfunctioned.
What's the difference? It could have gotten loose.
I don't think it was thinking I want to beat the shit out of these people, but I just think
that's coming. That's coming.
Yeah.
That's coming.
I did see 2 robots or 2 AIs or whatever, and they were talking, and they're like, "Hey," and then they came up with their own language like that, and started talking.
Oh, great!
And you're like, "Yeah, see, we got to be careful."
Oh my god! Oh god! It's going to get disturbing.
It's going to get too quick for us, I think. And we're not going to be able to catch up to it. I don't know.
They better start thinking about this shit. A little bit more in depth.
Yeah. Before thinking, hey, this will be a cool thing to
because
use.
I keep going back to that Black Mirror episode, those little robot dogs, right? That you've seen that, right?
Yeah.
Where they fucking they're programmed to kill everyone.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude. There's these it starts off this Black Mirror episode. You got to see if anybody hasn't seen it. I can't remember the name of it. So it starts off with these people that they're going to go rob some warehouse or something like that. So they pull up to this warehouse. They go in, they're like, okay, so it's up in this pallet, up on the thing. So they go up, and then it just boom, kills one of the people. And they're like, holy Jesus, what the hell? And it's this creepy little robot dog.
Like a guard dog.
Yeah. and the people are like, well, fuck whatever we're stealing. Let's get the fuck out of here, right? So they start running around, but all these crazy dogs are just chasing him and shit.
The dogs are like, now you can't leave.
Dude, it's disturbing, dude. But Andy, I'm like, that's what I think of every time I see these little robot, Japanese robots and stuff that they're like, hey, look at this fun little robot. And I'm like, did anybody not see that Black Mirror episode? That's becoming reality.
I know, right?
So yeah, Andy, essentially, there's going to be nothing we could do. Part of that episode was this guy's they can censor me. They can have that kind of technology, or they can sense if you're moving or anything like that, right? So if you can't move, or you have blood flowing through your veins.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Lock yourself into a giant bulletproof tube? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where this is going.
Squirt gun. Get them wet. Get them wet.
You got to go. I don't know if they run on batteries or if they're solar activated. I don't know. But maybe you just got to go in the dark. I don't know. We're doomed. We're doomed.
Yeah, you're stressing me out, man. Like, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
Sorry. All right. Well, let's move on to some music then. All right.
Thank God.
Let's move on to some music.
To this guy?
Yeah. I don't even know who that is. Danny Davis and the Nashville Brass.
Oh, he's got that mug of beer. I've drank so many mugs of those beer like that.
This is one of the greatest album covers I think I've ever seen.
It's pretty good.
He's like, how I love them. What? Or something? Wait, how I love them.
Songs. Wait. Oh,
old songs.
Right.
It looks like an R, but yeah, he's in the sweet like 70s like suit.
And then that Genesis album takes me back to when I was like in kindergarten.
Yeah, that came out in 1984.
Preschool.
83,
Put the little shapes in the holes.
That has the that song, That's All. But anyway.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
Did you hear about David Lee Roth? He's he's touring again. Andy, he had
I saw a clip of him
singing. What'd you think?
I mean, he had like 4 backup singers that were like singing all of his parts. Like,
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
She's flying, I'm flying, right behind the wheel, you hear it now. I'm feeling, I'm hearing, this is my baby, don't stop it now.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 lead singers, and he's like the backup singer.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's gotten progressively worse.
Yeah.
Of course, Sammy Hagar. I heard Sammy Hagar. He's like, "Hey, it's good to see he's back doing what he loves." And I'm like, Sammy Hagar must be like, "That's not sincere. You fucking, you're way better than him." Like, especially at this point. Like, come on. Like, I mean, listen, in their prime.
Oh yeah.
You're not touching Dave.
No.
Like Dave.
No, but
was the greatest frontman possibly
ever. If you're
ever.
talking a whole career, Sammy ended up being the man.
It's crazy. How old do you think? Who do you think's older out of those two?
Oh,
who do you think's older?
I know Sammy's old because I've always seen that picture with Bill Clinton and him, and they're like, "This guy's this old," and it's like the worst picture of Bill Clinton you've ever seen. Like,
yeah.
But I mean, I know that he's pretty old, so I'm going to say him.
Okay. So David Lee Roth is 70.
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
Sammy is 77 years old.
Okay. Yeah.
Sammy sounds pretty fucking good, man.
Like, he looks good.
Yeah.
He sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all that maybe it's tequila.
Yeah, tequila.
You just gotta keep drinking tequila. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Dave was always like the whiskey guy, right? He's like the whiskey. And it's like, maybe the whiskey ain't doing it. Maybe it's the tequila, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Or just maybe not drink at all.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so I saw that Dave's actually coming to town. I'm like, the timing of this is funny because I had just digitized the video of Kevin being roped at the Gorge when we were at the Sammy Hagar show and the David Lee Roth show when they were touring together. They both like left Van Halen or got kicked out of Van Halen. They're like, fuck this, let's tour together. And I was like, this is amazing.
That's weird.
So we went to that show and like at the tailgate, we're on the lawn. And we see this cowboy and he's like roping some like just lawn chair. And Lee looks over and he goes, why don't we should have him rope Kevin. And Kevin's like, yeah, okay. We're like, it's funny because I sent that clip to Jen and Jen's like, who is that guy? And I go, I have no idea. Yeah. And she goes, what? That's weird. And I go, no, it's not. Because we're already at the concert. We love Van Halen. We're Van Halen fans. We're both drinking. We're having a good time. We're probably, drunk already.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so we were like, hey, let's act like Kevin is a calf and you can rope him. And so Kevin's like running around like an animal. And then of course the guy ropes him. The guy ropes him. And then Lee runs over and like hog ties him. It's so great.
Oh my gosh.
It's so great. But yeah, I just thought that was funny that Jen was like, who were those guys? And I'm like, I don't know.
It's part of our group.
But that's what I love about
it's like, who are those guys? I don't know the guys in full cowboy regalia. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, but that's what I do love about alcohol, right? Like, alcohol is very communal and it gets people to talk to people, right?
Yeah.
That's why bars have been around since the 1880s, right? So there you go.
Yeah.
But I miss going to those places like the gorge and stuff like that. You know, it's not the same going to the fucking White River Amphitheater and like these, you know, these little kind of places like that.
You got to like remove yourself from everything. You know, you're getting out. It's almost like camping. I mean, it is. I mean, obviously you can go camping there too, but I mean, it's like that.
You've been camping out there, right?
I've honestly never camped at the campground.
Oh, really?
I've camped just outside the place.
Okay.
Like across the bridge.
Yeah.
Back there was like this place called Getty's Cove. We camped there several times. It was like a little campground. You know, that's a lot of people will go over there. But yeah, I've never camped at the campground.
I remember
I love it out there.
Some of the best times ever were like camping over there because it was fucking batshit crazy. So you like, everyone's amped up from the concert, right?
Yeah.
You walk back, you have to walk back on this giant like trail all the way back. And then everyone's like at the campsite and that's where it gets fucking nuts. Like people just, I remember there are groups of like hundreds of people just walking around together like, woo, you know, just like everyone's drinking and shit. I was like, dude, this is crazy out here.
Yeah.
It was wild, dude. And it was like so fun because, you know, everyone's just having a good time, man. Like, you know, it's a young man's game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure I probably wouldn't like it as much now, but I don't know.
Yeah, that Getty's Cove place would get crazy too. I remember one time we went out there for like Ozfest or something, and Danny like was so hammered he like ran up to the top of this hill, and there was guys shooting fireworks, and Danny like grabbed like the. You know, like I've seen people lose their hands doing this.
God.
Like, you know, like those mortar shells, you know, and they got the whole tube.
God.
And like I've seen the bottoms of those blow out before. And but Danny said he put it like on his stomach, and I'm like, that's fucked, dude.
What?
And he was like laying at the top of this hill and was shooting off like fireworks or something.
Wow.
And then some guy like ran up like that worked at the campground and like ran up at him, and then Danny just like ran and like just jumped down the hill.
Jesus.
But yeah, that place would get wild.
Yeah.
Like just drugs, alcohol, just craziness.
Just insane.
Yeah.
Insane. But it's funny because like just going back to the David Lee Roth thing. So we went to go see, it was David Lee. So that tour is funny because on Howard Stern, they announced that they were going to be doing the tour, right? On Howard Stern, they were like, you know, both going back, and just, of course, Stern's trying to get them to, you know, fight with each other as they always do. And they flipped a coin to see who would open the actual concert like tour.
The tour.
This is for the first concert. Where is the first concert, by the way?
Cleveland.
Hello, Cleveland. All right, Cleveland's the opening of the tour. When is that?
29th, May.
May 29th.
All right.
Okay, here you go. I don't even know how to flip a coin.
Just go.
Come on.
Here we go.
All right,
Get
here we
it
go.
on your thumb. Get it up there. Oh, my God.
It's tails. It's tails.
I headline.
Dave wins.
I headline. It's just like biblical.
In headline.
Dave closes the first night. Is that right, Dave? Is that what you...
I close the first night.
Right the hell on.
I'll see you there.
After that, they go back and forth.
Sure.
So they go back and forth, right? Because they're both, you know,
like who gives a shit? We'll flip a coin because we're gonna.
They're both lead singer divas, so they have to have it every other, right? So of course we go there, and Dave opens. That's all we cared about because we'd never seen David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
So we're like, shit, we just want to see Dave. So we see Dave. Dave was all right. It was okay. It was a decent show. But then like we were sitting there and we're like, all right. And then we're watching them prep the stage for Sammy Hagar, and Sammy Hagar, he had this big screen like up, and he was like, they're showing this thing, and I was like, how long is this fucking thing? It was just basically a video of, you know, kissing his ass of like his career. And it was like 40 minutes. And like, we all look at each other like, we're like, you guys want to get out of here? Do we need to see this? And like, they're like, let's beat traffic and get the hell out of here. So we all left. I still never seen Sammy Hagar. We left the show. We left. We never saw Sammy Hagar. We saw Dave, but we never saw Sammy Hagar.
So you've never seen Sammy Hagar?
I've never seen Sammy Hagar.
If I went to this show and David Lee opened, after I heard Jamie's crying, ain't talking about love, running with the devil, Panama, I love Sammy Hagar. He's a good guy. I would never turn on him. But after I heard those songs, I'd say show's over, man.
It makes me kind of want to see Sammy Hagar, especially now because, well, he's old, and he still sounds good. But also, it's half of Van Halen. It's like he has Michael Anthony, who's the bassist and one of the best singers in the band because he sang all the high vocals in the back. And they have some badass musicians in that band. So I kind of want to see if they come back around again, which he's always touring, so he'll probably be back around. But do we see David Lee Roth?
I don't know, dude.
Nobody loves David Lee Roth. more than David Lee Roth.
Well, it's Friday night and I'm stepping out. We're looking for a place to party. Only one place to go, you know. Better jump down to the strip, down to the nightclub. Da-da-da. They go bumpty, bumpty, bump. Ooh, the people be bumping. And the joint be jumping. And the band be pumping. Woo!
Anyway, you know, that concert we went to at the Gorge, Sam and Dave, that was pretty packed. But it was nothing compared to the Lady Gaga concert from a couple weeks ago. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Gaga putting on a free one-night-only concert at the Copacabana. Not actually, the Copacabana Beach in Brazil. 2.5 million fans flew into Rio from around the world. And in that moment, Gaga set the world record for the highest attended concert by a female artist ever. But after the show, guys, Brazilian police revealed they arrested 2 people in connection to an alleged bomb threat. Mm-hmm. They stopped a purported attack against the performance and against concert goers. And one of Gaga's spokespeople said in a statement, quote, her team worked closely with law enforcement throughout the planning and execution of the concert, and all parties were confident in the safety measures put in place. We're just glad no one was hurt, that nothing happened. On Sunday, Gaga wrote on Instagram celebrating her fans, writing, quote, nothing could prepare me for the feeling I had during last night's show, the absolute pride and joy I felt singing for the people of Brazil. The sight of the crowd during my opening songs took my breath away.
Sounds amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
And it drew so many people that it broke Madonna's record for the second biggest concert in history with a viewership of over 2.5 million, which is, I think, what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Madonna's total was 1.6 million.
What a loser.
Now, Andy, can you guess who still holds the record for the largest concert in history? And it was from 1994. Can you guess who it was? Which is funny. It's always at the same place. How many people can this thing hold? Like, it's like, I know it's just
Michael
like
Jackson.
It's a good guess. That's a good guess. So it's actually, this is funny. Most people wouldn't guess this unless you already knew. Rod Stewart.
Stick a finger up your mouth.
Weird.
Yeah. So it was also in Rio, and the estimated total was between this is absurd. This is absurd. Between 3.5 and 4.2 million people.
What?
How is that even possible?
Was it all his kids?
I know. Can you imagine having the worst seat? Like you're like, what's going on?
It's
like we count them. Like the guy counting, he's like click, click, click,
like
click.
the speed of sound. It like comes like you're hearing it way later.
Yeah,
like,
you're like, what's going on? I think there's a concert out there. Like, how do you count that? Like, maybe that's why there's like such a range right
yeah,
there.
that's
Like,
so weird.
isn't that crazy?
Who's the guy that's saying at the Coca-Cabana?
Yeah, that's Barry Manilow.
That would have been my guess of the most people.
Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl. That's great. That's good stuff right there. So this next story isn't really about crowd size, but rather clothes size. So, Andy, are you aware of the singer Meghan Trainor?
Meghan Trainor, Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know who either of them are.
Very different.
I know names.
So the Meghan Trainor is the one that goes, so I'm all about that bass.
Oh,
about
yeah,
that
yeah,
bass.
yeah, yeah.
I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
That song's like a, anthem for, thicker girls,
Oh, it is?
Yeah, she's all about that bass.
That
no trouble.
bass. Like,
no fucking trouble, right?
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So, but I don't know if you don't know who it is, really. So I'm guessing you haven't seen the before and after pictures, right?
Ozempic? Ozempic.
Ozempic.
She's definitely doing the Ozempic, right? Which,
shit.
hey, man, if you're rich, and you could
fucking roll, dude.
But she also got breast implants, right? And she's gotten the whole works. Probably some other
the whole deal, yeah.
probably
New
some other
teeth,
work
new
done and everything.
Yeah.
So in reaction to this, she felt like she had to, hey, I need to update my biggest hit. This is my song, all about that bass.
It's all about that treble.
Yeah.
No bass.
You'd think. So in a recent concert, she changed the lyrics from Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size 2. To the line. Yeah, it's pretty clear. I got some new boobs. She loves her new boobs. She said that, Andy, she loves her new boobs so much that when she gets out of the shower, it makes her smile, which is fun. Like, that's awesome, right?
I mean, I'm sure it does.
Right?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure like anybody that's like your boobs.
I think she's had a couple kids too, so like, your boobs start to sag and stuff. Yeah, so she's probably feeling the best that she's ever looked, right?
Yeah.
She has fake boobs. She's on the Ozempic. She's probably had some fillers. And
she's rich.
Yeah,
Everything's
right.
awesome right now.
Yeah, yeah. So what's that saying? Like, you're not ugly. You're just poor.
Yeah, I mean, so I saw the new. There's some new Sydney Sweeney movie out, and she just looks like a regular like trailer park kind of girl.
Right.
You know, you're like, that's exactly what you just said.
Yeah,
like, you know.
Yeah, she kind of looked kind of normal in that. What's that show too?
Oh yeah, the
where she's just a teenager or whatever.
It's on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell is that show? It's
White Lotus.
White Lotus. All right.
When I first started watching that show, I could never remember the name. I was always like, it's 2 words that are very common.
Yeah.
That was bad.
So, but her fans, Andy, are they're not as happy as she is about this because it was an anthem for girls, right? And to be like kind of like proud of their thickness, and it's like you're kind of like turning on your fans.
No, all these chicks that followed you were like, oh,
I was going to see that anthem. Like now, it's like it's weird. Like so, basically, they're saying this isn't morally right for you to be singing that song anymore. Like, can you imagine that'd be like Vanilla Ice, like not singing like Ice Ice Baby or something like that, or changing the lyrics. I don't know, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Hot. I don't know.
The reason you get famous.
Right.
Like,
right.
Not doing that anymore.
I mean, I couldn't, if there was a gun to my head right now, I'd be like, pull the trigger because I ain't getting it. I don't know another song by her. That's all I know is all about that bass. That's all I know. But yeah, so whatever, dude. Like, if it makes her happy, that's, because we were just saying, we're like, hey, I'm sure she's fucking feeling great, but
yeah, I mean, I'm all about do whatever you. Who cares?
I'm sure her fans know more songs than that one song. I'm just like a guy that just knows that song.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about that bass. All right. Well, Andy, speaking of boobs.
I like boobs.
Did you see who's on the cover of the latest Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue?
No.
Well, first off, let's start here. I didn't know Sports Illustrated was still around. Well, actually, okay.
I mean, the only time I ever hear about it is when they release their swimsuit issue, and there's something like, oh, there's some
exactly
something weird or
exactly.
Or, hey, like,
I mean, I used to have, and that's a weird magazine too, because like that used to be a weekly magazine. I used to get that every week, and I'd be like, I can't keep up with these.
Yeah.
Like they're coming so strong and fast. Yeah. I'm like that was in high school. I was like, holy Jesus.
Yeah. Back when we used to order magazines.
Yeah. And there was just Sports Center. Yeah. There was no internet.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay. Well, I can flip through magazines to read some stories about some of my favorite players or whatever. But anyway, on the new cover, Eric's going to like this one.
Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek.
No shit. Really?
Selma Hayek. Andy, do you know how old she is?
She is 62.
I believe she's 58. I didn't have it written down. I think she's 58.
She's our age. Pretty much.
Yeah, right? Oh. Who wants to see that? No, but like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like you would never, ever see anything over 30. I mean, no way, ever. Like you only saw supermodels and shit.
All right. Everybody's sick of the hot 20-year-olds, aren't they?
You might see like you might see the repeats, like, who are some of the big models back in the day?
Elle McPherson.
Right.
Yeah.
The bod. Yeah. But yeah, so Selma Hayek, she's sitting there and she's like, she's sitting on her knees in a pool, and he's like, just how I like her. Just how I like her. Yeah. So anyway, a lot better to look at than Martha Stewart. No offense to Martha Stewart.
I applaud you for getting into a bathing suit, Martha Stewart.
I just would rather see.
We're team Selma Hayek.
I would rather see Martha Stewart 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Not 2 years ago. Because she was quite the looker back in the day.
Yeah, right.
You know?
That's
but now
true.
she's 80.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. But I get it. It's like, how are you supposed to sell a magazine? So, especially with free porn out there, right? Like, how do you sell a Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue?
Yeah.
Like, what? Okay. Anyway, can't believe it's still, they're still making those. Look at, so you're down 3 beers now. You have the Bapple down. You got 2 Coors Light. Oh, the other one you started before you got here. So,
way to call me out.
Oh, sorry.
I was trying to like say that I drink more than Eric.
Oh, no, you're not going to be able to do that. Plus the.
Oh no! Come on.
That's a fail.
Look at that. Oh,
that is a fail. You're gonna have to. There you go. Oh god, you're gonna cut yourself.
Now.
Do you need some?
Oh,
all right.
Shit. Wait, hold on. I can do this, Josh.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be bad.
I'm just gonna.
I'm
gonna switch. I'm gonna go to the next one.
So you just ruined a beer.
No, I'll drink.
Okay, all right. So anyway, so we got a new pope.
Pope it up.
We got a new pope, Andy. We got a new pope, and he's
from Chi-Town,
and he's a White Sox fan.
Yeah,
Rich. This is Rich's year. So you got the Pope who's from Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a White Sox fan. The Bears are going to be winning the Super Bowl.
The Bears had the most amazing draft the last 3 years,
right? They're going to be undefeated, right? So I mean, you want some fun facts about the Pope? So we all know that he's the first American Pope in history. He is mom's age, born in 1955.
1955.
He is a White Sox fan, but can you name his favorite sport?
Hockey.
That would be tennis, Andy.
Oh,
hockey.
I was thinking of the next.
That is very violent. I don't know how he talks. I haven't really heard him talk. I did hear him talk, and I was like, I don't understand what he's saying. Like, he's American. So, but yeah, you do have something in common with him. Can you name his favorite game?
Oh, his favorite game?
His favorite game.
Oh, he likes Wordle.
He's a Wordle man. He loves Wordle. He is a Wordle man. Loves Wordle. And he met all 3 previous popes. It's kind of, it's always kind of funny when you see like Bill Clinton like shaking JFK's hand and shit. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. But yeah, he met Pope John Paul II, Pope Benedict XVI, and Pope Francis. And he is the youngest of 3 boys in his family, in that little house that they keep showing on the news.
Oh yeah.
But it's funny, his older brother, who he's been doing the talk show circuits and stuff like that, and he's like, I think he's actually said this, he's like the dark horse in the family. There's always a problem in the family.
Really?
This guy sounds like the problem.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, yeah, I remember pushing him down the stairs, like when I was like,
they're like,
time to celebrate the pup. They're like just crazy shit. Like, I heard an interview with them. They were pulling clips, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of weird. Like, shouldn't be like celebrating your brother." Or, no, I guess not. Yeah. Speaking of religion, there's a Brazilian nun who just died, and she was also the world's oldest person.
Really?
Do you know how old she was? How old do you think the oldest person was that just died?
122.
She was just weeks from turning 117. So close. So she was 116 technically.
116.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of condition she was in.
Yeah.
Like, they never say that part. Like, what was she doing? Was she out like weeding or mowing her lawn? Like, I was like, what's going on here? But yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny. Like, and if there is video, they're just kind of like sitting there, like kind of like just kind of drooling.
Ugh.
You know, it's like, is that fun? Is that fun?
I mean,
is that fun for anybody?
I mean,
is that fun for the caretakers and the?
If you're going to get to 116.
Yeah, I guess if that's your goal, if that's your life goal, I guess. Does she know where she is?
It's on my bucket list.
Oh, boom! Full circle. full circle. You know what?
We got to end it now.
We got to end it.
Yeah,
we got to end it right there.
Sorry.
So,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to end that.
Andy, what are your final thoughts on Busch Apple?
I mean, I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I think we'll try it again.
I don't hate it.
We'll try it again. We'll do that. We covered a lot today. We covered 100 men versus one gorilla.
Yeah.
We did the Bapple review.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore movie.
Yeah. You know what we didn't do?
What's that? Oh!
We didn't do an explosion yet.
Oh, shit!
Gotta do explosions.
All right. Well, on that note, hey, be sure to subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. And yeah, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Fuck you.
Wow! That was some intense anger.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I love you guys.
Oh man! All right. Well, for Andy Matlock, I'm Josh, and as always, thank you for being a friend.